My siblings were convinced our 80-year-old mom had a hidden fortune. They tore through her house, accused me of stealing, and even threatened court. All because she wouldn't give them her home. What they didn't know, she already left everything to an animal rescue, and I'm the one holding the key. If you've ever been underestimated, manipulated, or watched someone you love get pressured by a greedy family, this story is going to hit you deep. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and stay until the end, because the revenge, it's poetic justice in its purest form. Let me tell you something about entitlement. It rots people from the inside out. And unfortunately, in my family, 2 of my siblings have been absolutely consumed by it. There are 5 of us, all grown, all raised by our mom, an 80-year-old woman who's still strong, sharp, and independent. She lives alone, works her garden like it's a full-time job, and volunteers with an animal rescue group she's passionate about. She's not rich. She lives modestly on under $4,000 a month. But she owns her house and land outright. That's what lit the fuse. A few years ago, my stepdad passed away. He wasn't our biological father. In fact, he came into our lives after we were all adults. But my mom loved him deeply, and he treated her well. That should have been enough, but it was not. My older brother and younger sister. They started whispering to each other. First, it was curiosity. Did mom get money from dad's estate? Then it turned into obsession. They convinced themselves that mom had a secret stash cache hidden in the walls, or some mysterious offshore account. They started visiting her under the guise of checking in, but really they were snooping. One would distract her with questions or fake concern, while the other would sneak off into bedrooms or rifle through drawers. My mother was devastated, confused, but worst of all, she was hurt. She called me in tears more than once, wondering why they didn't trust her. And when she asked them what they were doing, they lied, gaslit her, said she was forgetting things. She wasn't. I know, because I help her manage her finances. I set up her online banking. I know every dollar that goes in and out. There is no secret fortune, but the paranoia didn't stop. It only escalated when something unexpected happened. After my stepdad died, my mom was struggling to keep up with the mortgage. So I set up a GoFund quietly. I didn't involve the other siblings because, honestly, I knew they'd either guilt her into sharing or try to control the funds. I told close friends, old church members, local community folks, and people showed up. Within weeks, we raised enough to pay off the house completely. Mom was relieved. For the first time in years, she could breathe. And when the house was paid off, my siblings lost it. They couldn't understand how it happened. There's no way she had that money, they said. She must have some secret account. They ramped up the pressure, begged her to give them part of the land, demanded she help them with down payments, even told her it was selfish of her to live alone in that house while they struggled. They were relentless. Daily calls, veiled threats, manipulation. We eventually told them about the GoFundMe, hoping it would make them back off. Big mistake. Instead of being relieved or even grateful, they turned on me, accused me of hiding money, said I was committing elder abuse, claimed I must have kept the rest of the donations for myself. They even threatened legal action. Let me be clear, there was no rest. Every single dollar went toward the mortgage. I showed receipts, bank transfers, documents, but logic didn't matter. They wanted something, anything, to justify their entitlement. I could see what it was doing to my mom. She stopped sleeping well, cried more often. She told me she didn't feel safe around them anymore, not physically, but emotionally. They want me gone, she said once. They want my house. She wasn't wrong. They told her to move into a retirement facility, that she was too old to live alone. that it was only fair to pass on the house now. My sister even said, "You've had your life, let us have a chance now." They didn't care about her. They cared about what she owned, but what they didn't know is that Mom had already made her decision. She rewrote her will dot her house and 5 acres of property are going to an animal rescue organization she's volunteered with for over a decade. One that saves abused farm animals and rehabilitates strays. One that actually gives something back to the world. And I'm the executor of the will. She made me promise not to tell the others. Not because she's afraid of confrontation, but because she doesn't want them harassing or threatening the people at the rescue. They've dealt with enough abuse, she said. They don't need more from my children. That broke my heart. These were the people who raised me, who used to laugh in the kitchen, who shared childhood bedrooms. And now they're vultures circling a woman who isn't even gone yet. I've tried talking to them, begging them to stop, showing them proof there's no money. But they don't care Dotso now. I protect her. I transfer money monthly to cover her water and phone. I manage her auto pay for the essentials. And I intercept calls when I can. I remind her she's loved. And I've warned the rescue group quietly to expect pushback someday. But when that day comes, I'll be ready. What they don't realize is that all their scheming, all their pressure, manipulation, threats, it got them nothing. They'll show up to her funeral one day expecting keys, property, inheritance. But instead, they'll find out everything's gone to a cause they never cared about. And the executor, the one with all the legal power, is me. And I will honor her every wish to the letter. They'll be left with nothing but their entitlement. And a cold dose of reality. Sometimes revenge isn't loud. It's not screaming or slamming doors. It's calm, quiet, legal, an utterly final. My mom may not be rich, but she is powerful because she chose to give her life's work to something meaningful, not to people who only saw her as a dollar sign. If this story gave you chills or reminded you of someone in your own life who's faced injustice, hit that like button and drop a comment below. What would you have done in my shoes? And don't forget to subscribe for more real life stories where karma always finds a way.